It's backwards today. Jonas always, well, I always drive, but when we do these videos, Jonas drives and I co-pilot and hold the camera. But today,
the old switcheroo.
Welcome
to Epic Updates, guys.
Epic Updates. Ashley.
Jonas. Hello. Welcome back.
Nice to see you guys again.
What are we talking about?
So we had a really awesome client reach out to us and wanted to know our perspective on the immigration and how that's going to be affecting the Phoenix housing market. And before we get into it, Jonas and I had a discussion about this, and this is something where people are very divided, and it can very much so be a topic that is opinion inducing. And we just wanted to set the stage that this is factually what we're seeing based on our professional experience here living in Metro Phoenix. So it's not meant to,
it's not a political position.
It's not a political position. So regardless of which side you're on and what your personal thoughts are, please don't use this video as any sort of springboard into being argumentative, or because that's not what this is about. So just kind of preface it with that.
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on. I think this is a really good segue coming off of the fire video, the California fire video, and I mean, there's going to be a lot of rebuilding that's going to need to happen, which means there's going to be a lot of materials, there's going to be a lot of laborers, that sort of thing. Obviously, we got, a building, our own little building boom out here, but, things are just going to be stretched thin to begin with. And, I was curious about this. I actually, here we are running our team, our perspective, the resale world's kind of, our clients, and whatnot. And so I figured I'd reach out to a couple friends that worked for some of the large builders. So we reached out to a couple people that are, working with some of the home builders.
Yeah.
Because I figured they would have.
They have their finger on the pulse, just like we do, but more on that new build
They
side.
would have a lot more insight on this and kind of be pre-planning, like, hey, if this goes down, what does that look like?
Yeah.
To my surprise, negative, Ghost Rider. One of them, I quote, wait and see approach. So they said we generally aren't the trendsetters. We see what's happening and then we follow suit. Another one with another builder, she stated that, it hasn't even come up in discussion. And, that surprises the hell out of me because most of these companies are publicly traded companies.
You think they'd be proactive.
So you think they would kind of try to get ahead of the curve a little bit, but no, that's not the case. So, various articles we've read, various videos I've watched, obviously my opinion, and Ash's opinion, and my opinion, I think just kind of general direction where this is going to go, because it can go, one of two ways. We have to understand a lot of the laborers are not U.S. citizens necessarily, or, they may be here on green cards, that sort of thing. So, going back to, I'm going to use 2008 as an example, because when the market crashed is what happened here, because Phoenix was at that time, it was not a very diverse economy. It was very housing driven and real estate driven. The market crashed here. A lot of the trades closed down shop, moved out of state where their business was booming. They moved, to other states that didn't get hit as hard. And it took a while. It took a couple of years for builders to ramp back up when the market started to go, to find the laborers, to find, the trades to do this. So what happened is it spiked pricing, because when you have a supply and demand, you have a shortage of laborers, and you have, these companies being stretched thin and, in high demand, they started calling their pricing whatever they wanted. And then we saw it again during COVID, when COVID happened.
Absolutely.
And, when the boom happened after COVID. So, if you extract, I couldn't even tell you what percentage, but extract a fair percentage of trades out of the equation, that has a massive ripple effect on the new build side, on the resale side. Resales, if you're looking to stick around and do remodeling, or maybe you buy a home and you're like, hey, we're gonna reframe this and kick that out and add a pool. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. New builds, huge problem. All trades.
It's going to be more expensive, and it's going to take longer to do everything.
Yes.
So
So
there is a trickle-down effect, and that's something we discussed before. There's cause and effect. For all of the things that are happening, again, regardless of what your opinions are or your political stance, these things cannot happen without it affecting something else.
Some has to give. And the other thing that we've been watching, we've been talking about, probably more than you guys want to listen to anymore, is just kind of watching and tracking the rates. Well, the rates are driven, a big factor with the rates are, obviously employment and um, and inflation. So cost of goods goes up, labor cost goes up, materials goes up. We're not even dipping into tariffs. That's probably another topic of discussion later. That goes up, the cost of goods goes up. I mean, we look at where eggs are at right now. Ash made a good point earlier. Everything goes up, and so what happens is it stalls interest rates from going down because the Fed wants to keep tabs on, controlling inflation from going out of control.
Yep.
So it could hold much longer. So, yeah, I mean, without like I said, taking a strong opinion one way or the next, it could have severe consequences. And with Phoenix being a boom town, we're not a Rust Belt area. This isn't the Midwest. This isn't a spot where there's like little to no growth or decline, population decline. It's the opposite. We've got massive population increase. We've got companies coming in here left, right, and center. We got houses and subdivisions and strip malls and stuff going up left and right.
The building is crazy.
The building is crazy, and so when that happens, I mean, the cranes go down, the work trucks, aren't showing up. So, yeah. So cost of goods, it's twofold. Inflation obviously is one pact, but then, if it's harder to, cost goes up and harder to find people to do it, the cost of housing is inevitably going to go up. So, just something to think about.
Yeah, those are great points, and like we had said, there's a cause and effect for everything, and this is our professional opinion based on the people that we know here in Metro Phoenix. But if you do have a different opinion, or you live locally, or maybe work for a builder, or you're an agent or a broker or whatever, we would love to hear what you're hearing and seeing,
100%.
because this is definitely something we can keep tabs on and come back and do another video on.
Yep.
So reach out to us, let us know what you're seeing, and we'd be happy to kind of be the mouthpiece and share that with all of our audience.
I think this would be a good update video in the future.
Yeah.
And again, we got this topic from one of our clients, so we love hearing from you guys and kind of what's on your mind and what you want to hear about. So please reach out, let us know.
Yeah. But yeah, till then, we'll talk to you later.
Adios, muchachos.